This is Mbahe village, a remote rural village which lies a few kilometers outside Thohoyandou. The name Benedict Daswa is very familiar in and around here. It is here where he developed a deep sense of devotion and his desire to uplift his community. In the 1980s and 90s, some villages in Limpopo experienced a dramatic increase of lightning and thunder strikes on people. These were perceived as acts of witchcraft. Mbahe was not an exception.
A few days previous to this, there was some lightning in that area which struck some huts.
Huyu anazindazi zodia mdiwa mchariti. Wo mapungo bane palauri bashabiri chiri kari kubanganiri bezi tangu rie mungomeni wasatene.
During that lightning, then the community of that particular place, they said we should pop out something so that we can go to the younger people in order to see who is the owner of this lightning. Then Benedict, as a Catholic member, he refused to pop out something.
He was the first person to say, I won't contribute that money. Because I believe if there's certain things which are not going right here, we have to pray and try to sort out what is going wrong.
The 2nd of February 1990 is a historic day for South Africa. On that day, former President FW de Klerk announced the release of Nelson Mandela and the unbanning of liberation movements. But for Chris Mpapuli, that joyous moment was short-lived.
As he came back, he found this place barricaded with a branch, a very big branch of a fig tree. There were people heavily armed on both sides. He stopped his vehicle to remove the barricade. Now, as he opened the door, stones started flying on him from both directions, left and right. And he ran for his life to this direction. Then he went straight to the nearest shebeen.
Daswa managed to escape from his attackers. He sought refuge amongst members of the community that he has served all his life.
At that time, Benedict started to pray. Now, as he was praying, he used to say, well, God will protect me, God will save me. Now we want to see his God saving him. They were mocking him. So others saying, well, we will finally kill him after he would have answered all these questions.
When the attackers caught Daswa, he pleaded for his life.
And he said, why don't you spare my life? Because at that time, he was heavily injured.
Apart from being a Christian and educator, Daswa had passion for farming. He also had a vision that will free his family from poverty.
I don't forget the time when he was deciding to have a market at Malamleli area. And the name of the market would be Daswa Brothers. So, because he's no longer there, that market is not there. But I tried to go there and sell at the industrial area, shopping center, selling vegetables there. I used to go there. And to me, I lost my elder brother, my friend, and my father.
The attack on Daswa was very brutal. But despite all of this, he remained loyal to his faith. But to his family, his death robbed them of their pillar of strength.
It's not only with farming, even educationally, we were studying together for B.Ed when he passed away. Some of the courses were doing the same courses, studying together, making a group study. You can imagine. But after I passed away, I never completed that PEd, because whenever I sit down and try to study, I think of him. What is going to happen on Sunday? It seems like he has passed away, but he's living, because he was not known to the world, but today he's known to the world, and we thank God for that, since he died for his faith.
When he was killed, Benedict Daswa was a principal at this school. Some of his former colleagues remember him as a hard worker and a principled man.
That man was a born leader. We worked with him well here at school until he passed that night. And hearing that the man has passed away, we were deeply shocked and saddened, because we were expecting a lot from him as our leader. We never quarreled with him. He led by example. He was a hard worker himself.
Benedict Daswa's leadership did not only end at the school.
ngadola buraruni kishikani mkeguru bambuza bericho arubavi principal wanu babo dapano ninderi pano ndichibo danga dubalitaba ndipo principal boni machaya shuba songo mbodisa vere nduri mudededzane ndashumana yatinyagusa diva mudini wa hawe hezo zwithu zvangu ndisori baba mutwaro ntogomera vere tinyaguda musi huna zvino baba ndifuna dzura ndikudiva nori ndiyago ndichiugaida sabunga iwo wotomoshuma zvino ndidive zvo ndiugaidera gai ufuna developer zvipio hau ufuna ita mei.
His remains have been exhumed from the local cemetery and temporarily placed at this church. The structure will remain a reminder of his contribution to the Roman Catholic Church.
When I talk about the remains of this man laying here, the remains of Benedict Daswa, to me, he was a friend of mine, the man who was really helping me a lot. When we talk about him, to me it seems that I was not even supposed to say something, because he was a pioneer according to his faith. That is why he is here now in the church.
Daswa's remains will lie here until the completion of a shrine which will be built at Chitanini. Daswa is the first Roman Catholic saint in South Africa, a title given to dedicated evangelists who were killed for their Christian beliefs.
He pushed me to become what I am today.
What I miss about him was his leadership style, because he led by example.
But that's why baba mtu warufuno oro rufuno rwabo wasagezo ngaru ambisani kamudededzi mwana mwara chitonga bana babo rote.
When we look unto this man or the remains, we have lost a man, a hardworking somebody, a really enthusiastic man amongst our people here.
As I say, we used to sit together, cracking jokes, sharing ideas. So that I missed since 1990 until now. And I can tell you there's nobody who can replace him.
This is the place where the remains of Chimangadzo Benedict Daswa will be laid to rest. Next to the shrine will be a clinic, a school, and a church hall. Those are some of the things that Benedict Daswa advocated for during his lifetime. Mike Maringa, SABC News, Baye Village.